Hi, this is DW from Florida, welcome. First of all, it's summer here in Florida and it is hot, stinking hot. So we've got the jet skis out. These are 2013 Yamahas, VXs, VX Cruiser, VX Deluxe. And it's the time for putting the oil, doing the oil change, the filter and blah blah blah. Now, there is a warning to this because there is some problems you can come across. If you do not do this, you can damage your engine. You can hydro lock your engine, which is a serious thing because it's going to cost you a lot of money. So please listen to me. This is a warning for you. So, but I'm going to start off by just going through what you're going to need. With the Yamahas, certain models, certain styles. This is the Yamaha 4W SAE 10W40. Now this is what they recommend for this type of model. This is what I got from the dealers. Now this is $20.99, give or take, from whichever company you're going to go to buy that product. It could be cheaper, it could be more, I don't know. Now we've got the oil filter, which you're going to need also. This oil filter is a Yamaha genuine part, and it's a 5GH-13440-60, and it's only a small unit, as you can see. Plastic cover, which you just rip off. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you right now: when you put this on, put an oil rim, put oil around the seal there, and make sure you do it. And I always put some inside the locking device as well, into the thread. So, but also put some there. Some of this oil should do it. Just run it around, and then once you've taken one off, you put this on. It will not seal, or it will not lock when you come to change it next year or 2 years time. So that's important. Now, to change put these on, or to change the oil, first thing you must do is you must empty the existing oil from the oil well. What I normally do is, if you've got an old milk container or an old plastic container, for this one I've cut it out, and I'll show you why. You don't have to do that, but it makes it easier just to fill it up so you're not getting splashes. So I'm using this one. Let's go over here so I can show you. Now, some people say to me, or some people say, where is the oil filter? Right, I'm going to use this flashlight or torch, whatever you guys call it, and if you just come round and look down, where you see the Yamaha sign, the Yamaha, so just look at the engine now, if it's similar to yours, where the Yamaha sign is, just look right down to the very bottom, and let me show you with my hand. Just here is the oil filter. Now, they don't make it easy to get into, nothing ever is. We're not taking the engine out, so I can actually get a grip with my hand around it like so. Now, but before taking that off, get an old cloth, old rag, old towel, stick that underneath, down at the bottom, underneath the oil filter, and so it comes down. So not, if you do spill any oil, if there's some left in the engine or in the sump, you know, it will just run onto that instead of running onto your jet ski floor. Right, first of all, now I have already changed this, but I want to show you the important thing. This is important. So to take these out, keep that stuck to there, and then wipe it off. Right, as you can see, there is a low and a H for high, or F for full, sorry, here. Let me turn it this way. So there's two lines, one there which says L for low and F for full. Do not fill it up to the F for full, thinking, oh, I'll get it to where it should be. No, come lower down. And some people even say just let it touch the the stick, you know, just in this section here. And I'll tell you why. If you fill it to the top, when you start it, it runs high. It gets hot. The level gets from there up to there, and then can damage the engine by filling up the air intake with oil, filling up the spark plugs with oil, filling up the engine with oil. This is what you call a dry sump. It only needs a little. So what I've done is I topped this up yesterday, and I only put in up to that level there, half, to test it. And now when I test it, after having it running for slightly bit, look how far it's gone. It's now right up there. Now that could go into the engine and it could damage the spark plugs, and then you've got a big job cleaning it out. If you fill it to there, the full, imagine where it's going to be. It's going to be up here. It's going to damage the engine, and if you start revving the engine high, it can hydro lock. An hydro lock means basically it fucks your engine up, excuse the French. It damages your engine, it locks. You then have to get this engine into a service dealer to then repair the whole thing and clean out the airbox. Now let me show you the airbox over here. This is the airbox. Now some people convert these airboxes and take out this big box and place in something else. Let me put a camera light on that so you can see it. That's the airbox. There's an inlet there for air, and that's feeding it into this engine here. So there's that. Now some people take out this airbox and put in a converter kit to get it a bit faster. Some people also take this air link off here and take out the 4 screws there, and at the bottom I think there's 4, yeah, and there's a unit, a tightly woven tin or aluminium, whatever you want to call it, air vent thing, but it's so tight it regulates how much air is going in there, and you can only get probably 59 on the clock. You take that off, you can get up to 63 and 64s and that sort of thing. So it gives you a bit more air, it allows more air into it, therefore you can travel faster. And it literally picks the jet ski up when you call fast, when you throttle it, it raises it up quicker and sets it off quicker, and it allows you to continue going at a faster pace. So I'm just telling you about that. Now, to take that unit off, that air filter, get yourself this Arbor Freight in America, or I don't know if they're online. Arbor Freight, they do a unit which goes over the actual, it's a piece of metal that you put over and then you use a crank to take it off. Or there's all sorts of different ways of doing it, but you know, that's what I would do. But first, how to take the oil out. Now I've got this, you can buy the pumps from the auto parts and things like this, but this is an old, well, went in the bathroom for soap, hand soaps, but it's at the perfect consistency as oil. So you stick this in there. This is what this is for. I'm going to show it you there. Make sure that is on and start pumping it. And so, as you can see, it's starting to come up. This is cheap and does the job. It's coming through. As soon as it starts coming through, it will kick it all in. Now I'm taking some of this out because I don't want it to be as full as it was, because I don't want any serious problems. I started the engine this morning, let it run for about 30 seconds just to warm it up. That showed me how the level of the oil had gone up. So I'm taking out as much as I can. And this is one of the easiest ways of doing it. If you haven't got one of these, just go and buy a pump. But if you're buying pumps, I don't know how much they charge. It could be $30, $20, I don't know. Now, if you find that you've put too much in, you start the engine going, you're going to get white smoke coming out the back. And that's showing you that there's too much oil in there. Now, some people say you can run it off in the water, but I think I would rather just empty it and let it burn off. Well, not let it burn off, sorry, empty it to what it should be. And then whatever's left, whatever oil's got inside the engine anywhere, that should burn off. But you get too much oil in, you've damaged your engine. Some people say, how bad is it? I mean, yes, it can be repaired, but at what cost? 500, 1,000. You know, some of these mechanics will charge you through the butt to make a living, which is their job. They're doing it. So as you can see how much I've taken out so far. Now what I'm going to do is, as I've taken out so much, I'm going to put back. Now what I normally do is just leave that hanging there, stick that in there, and I'm going to test it. Now if you're allergic to oils, dermatitis, that sort of thing, get some gloves on. If you're not, then don't. It's up to you, your call. Right, let's see where we are. See, that's still saying it's high. So it's just gone down. But look where it is now. That's the line saying full, but that's where it's saying it is, up here. So I need to take loads out. So I'm going to pause this video at this moment, and then I'm going to empty it. Okay, so I've spent a couple of minutes now just taking the oil out. And as you can see, now this oil sump was filled yesterday afternoon, and literally it was to that level, the first level, or just below that first level. But one thing you must remember is this: you must warm the engine up first when you put the oil in. So when you've taken out all the oil, you put the new filter on, put some oil in, and it's supposed to, I think it's about 2.3 quarts or something like that, 2.5. Just put in some oil first of all, start the engine going, then, and I would take it to just the tip of this. Then once the engine's warm, it will then rise to whatever it is. Now I've taken that. Look how much I've taken out of this. So that is really a waste of the oil from the get-go. So I've taken a load out. Now I'm just going to show you this dipstick again. Now I'm not screwing it on. I'm just putting it on top. So now it's there. That's where it is. So when I put the dipstick in properly and fasten it down, it should raise higher. So now it's gone to there. So that should be suffice. That should be good. That should be okay. I'm going to run it again. I'll start it again, and let's see how it works and how far it's going to go up at that point. So I'm going to put this back on, and just stay with me a second. Let me get this going. I'm going to move this out of the way. Do not throw your oil on the ground. Do not throw it in the ground. Just put it into a proper container. I'm moving mine out of the way for now. I'm placing it on the ground, but it's going to go in a proper container, and I'm going to get rid of it the right way. Right, let me just start this thing up. Got these gloves on, so it's hard to get off. Oh, come on, lift up. Huh. I'll do it this way. Just pull this lever. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the black smoke there. Can you see any black smoke? Or white smoke? that white smoke is because yesterday when I topped it up, what I thought was the right level, it was in fact the wrong level. It was the right level in theory, but once the engine starts, it fills up a bit more. Lucky enough, it hasn't damaged the engine because it's starting. Now I'm going to take this off, wipe the dipstick, and let's see where that line goes now. Right, have a look at that. It's now gone past the full mark. It's gone to there. So should I take a bit more out? Yes, I will. I'm going to take a bit more out because I want it roughly at the full line. I don't want it to be going past. Now it has gone past. And I think, like the people are saying, take it down to either the dipstick level, the start level, or the first level, the low level, and let it ride. And I think that's why they call it a dry sump, because it doesn't need a lot in this to do it. And we don't want, or you don't want to be seizing your engine with a hydro lock. Right, that is really all I can tell you, because you've seen how I take the oil out. You've seen what needs to be done. Just do it the right way. It is a warning. Please, please, please do not overfill your oil. People will not tell you this. They'll just say, oh, this is how you do it. You'll look online, oh, you do this, and you do that. Simple. It's not. Run this warm, put some in first, run it warm, then see what the level is. Start it at the low level of the dipstick, run it warm, it will rise. See out where it goes. If it goes to the center of here, of between the full, empty and full, then it's good. Just keep your eye on it, check it every so often when you've been out for a run, and go from there. But do not damage your engines. These are expensive, machines. You don't want to be taking it in and paying another $1,000 or whatever for them to clean it all out for you, and you miss out on your summer. Okay, this is DW signing out. Please subscribe. I don't only do things like this, I do all sorts of life's lessons really. So please subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If it's a thumbs down, tell me why. If it's a thumbs up and you like what you see, I'll say thanks to you and everything. I do respond to most people. If I can help out, I'll help out. If I can't, then I'll tell you. I'll be honest and truthful. So again, please subscribe. Have a great day. This is DW signing out.